It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, bitch.
Oh wait, did I get a selfie yet? Tune into our little podcast.
And we be cute sometimes.
Like all the time.
Let's see, did I take a serious one?
You never do. Like, and you wonder why Harper's like that. Put the tongue in your mouth.
You just can't help myself. Guess what? It's an exciting episode today. We 50.
Big 5-0. Big 5-0.
In the 50s. Okay. We look good for 50.
And do.
Period.
Yeah. And do.
I can't wait to see like what we actually look like at 50.
I feel like this, except more rich. Yeah. Like by 35, big bucks.
Shit, I need to be rich by 32. Frankly. Now.
You got like, 30 minutes.
Like, I need 30 bands right now. I need 30 bands today. Immediately.
No, you be seeing those posts and it's like, damn, I just really need 20,000. I just need 20,000.
Yeah, it's like a little bit, just a little bit. Like, I just need a little bit. Just something, a little bit of money.
Yeah, something to hold me over.
Yes. Okay. So, for 50, what is our random question of the day at 50?
Okay. So, very random, but on brand for me because I'm always thinking about these things. The random question of today is, if you could rename yourself, what would you name yourself?
I don't know.
You need a minute to think about it?
Yes.
Okay.
I do need a minute to think about it because it's like
I can't imagine yourself as anything else.
Yeah. Like I feel like my name used to annoy me when I was younger. I was like, why my mom just couldn't name me some simple shit? Just because of the sheer amount of times people pronounce my name wrong. And the things that they say are outlandish. I'm like...
And it's not hard. I don't get it.
It's not. And even when I tell them how to pronounce it, when you still do it wrong immediately after, I'm like, now I want to fight.
Purpose.
Because are you not listening to what I'm saying? It's 5 letters. It's very simple. Teray. Like if I write it down and even I put the correct accent over the E, people still don't know how to pronounce it. I'm like, the same way you can pronounce the E in Beyonce as an A, that's all that it does. It just tells you that the E makes an A sound.
Teray. I don't, nothing else even, what they be calling you? Tara, Terry,
Tara. Or you get the silence and I'm like, that's me. I'm like, here. Yeah. I already know you're talking to me. Like, I already know it's me.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
well,
it's annoying, but now I really like it. Like, I don't know what I would want my name to be.
I've always loved your name. Like, yeah. Now, Sierra, although my name is Ciara, that's what my mom told me recently. And I like Ciara because it gives very like stush, Sierra, I love Sierra, but I also felt like, what my grandkids gonna call me? Cece, I think, because like that Cece was my childhood nickname, and I feel like that's gonna be my grandma nickname because Grandma Sierra sounds crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't like that.
I definitely have a name that sounds very youthful and At 50, I don't think calling me Sierra is going to be appropriate. I might start going by Janice when I hit that age. You know what I mean? That's my middle name, my mama first name. So I feel like right now, most people just call me C. So yeah, but I absolutely adore C names. I want all of my children to either have C or M names. And if I could rename myself, I think I would rename myself Claire. That was my fake name in college. What's your name? Claire? Like that.
And it's very effortless. It's like, duh. Like, Claire. And I know that you believe this wholeheartedly because it's just like, Claire.
If I told somebody my name was Claire, they'd be like, oh, okay, cool, cute. Like it wouldn't be.
You wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Yeah. So I really love the name Claire. I got that from my wife and kids. I absolutely loved Claire on my wife and kids. And you never know, that might, if I have a daughter again,
her name might be Claire.
Her name might be Claire.
That's cute.
There are a lot of C names that I love. Kaylin, but that's very like kind of kiddie. So no, but Claire, that would be
Kaylin or Caitlin?
K, C-A-E, K.
Oh,
Lynn.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Another C name that I like is Celeste, but
I
that
love Celeste.
yeah. So those are like Celeste and Claire. It used to be Chloe with the C, but I don't really know about that one anymore. But Celeste and Claire, those are my two C names if I was to have a daughter again.
I do. Well, yeah. Well, my name is very unique.
Mm-hmm.
I've probably only ever heard of one other Teray, and they pronounced it differently. So I'm like, bitch, back
And
up.
that's
This
the
is my
thing.
name.
I like names that are unique, but not like I'm Uniqua. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
There's a girl named Antoniqua. You know Neek from the content creator? Her name's Antonique, very southern. But yeah, I feel like Claire is definitely a unique, not overdone. I can't stand overdone names, but it's very cute, classy, and really that girl. Just like Celine.
I think okay. So I do have like an adult name.
Mm-hmm. What is it? Elistine?
Bitch, no. I love the name Teresa. I love Teresa. I love a good Teresa. But like TH Teresa. I feel like at 50, I could be Teresa. Teresa is an older woman name. No?
It is. I could not imagine you calling, hey, Teresa girl.
Teresa? No? Okay, well, clearly my name is...
Your name was supposed to be Teray because you couldn't even answer that question. You couldn't even answer the question. You came up with Teresa.
I like Teresa.
Teresa's not a bad name. Don't get me wrong.
I like Teresa.
I like the name Teresa, but like looking at you, if you told me your name was Teresa, I would think you were lying.
You don't think with like dark hair? Like if I put on my curly wig, dark curly wig, it would give Teresa.
I think Teray is just good enough. Teray it is.
And if not, I would want like an androgynous name. Like, is it a boy? Is it a girl? What is it?
That I can see that for you though. Yeah.
Like, I love that. Like, my dad's last name is Hunter, but I love that Zanique named her daughter Hunter. Yes. I love it.
I thought you were going to say something like that as your, like, what you would have named yourself.
Then it probably would be that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because I love an androgynous name.
Because you're masculine.
Clearly, I was your husband. Hunter. Hunter it is.
If you told me your name was Hunter, I would believe you. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like we both give off this aura of like one of one. You know what I mean? So although Claire is a very classic name,
you don't know a lot of Claires.
You don't know a lot of Claires. If you told me your name was Hunter, I would believe you because it's like there's something about her that's like it factor. Like she doesn't seem like basic bitch. So Hunter is very like, yeah, my name's Hunter. Call me Hunt for short. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll go with Hunter.
That was a good question.
Because I like that name. I actually really do like that name. Too bad I won't have any more kids because the next kid would have to be Hunter.
You could change your mind if you wanted to.
I won't.
We're going to leave that in 2024.
No. Maybe Teresa could do that, but me?
Oh my God. Teresa sounds like she got 7 kids. I ain't going to hold you. Teresa
definitely drives a white Suburban.
Yeah.
There's a difference between black Suburbans and white. Teresa
definitely. A Tahoe, to be exact.
She definitely has that. You know what?
My crew, let's roll.
We out of here.
That's Teresa.
Don't play with her. Not at all.
Yeah.
But I could get with Hunter. I really, it's nice. I love that name.
Yeah. Like imagine you're out at the club and the guy's like, oh, what's your name? Hunter. That is your vibe.
Like you have to say, like, it's not even like, you can't be like, oh, I'm Hunter. Hi, I'm Hunter. It's like, Hunter. Like you have to say it low. You like.
Don't even really move your lips.
Yeah. Like if you ain't hear me, then you just ain't gonna hear it.
And keep it moving. Literally.
Easy. Like, really love that. Okay, cute. Mom, you should have named me Hunter. No, because then I'll really be a menace. So,
oh my God.
It's okay. Yeah. So, last episode, we talked about sex on the first date. This time, we're going to go switch gears all the way at the end of the line. What people hope I don't know what people hope, but ideally what your relationships, dating will turn into, which is marriage. We have been married 3 years, 3 years, and 2 years for me. I can keep up. 2 years.
Yeah.
2 going on 3, 3 going on 4, which is insane.
Very. But
this time work.
I'm closer to having my second wedding. Yay.
When are you having a second wedding? At 5?
No, I think 10 is appropriate.
Okay.
I would love to do 7, but
lucky number 7.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I think 10. Because people say like most marriages don't last past 7 years.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay, we made it past 7. Kind of run it back.
Now, once we get to a certain level in status and finances, I'm gonna be like, Jackie Christie, you need to marry me every year.
Please.
What?
I cannot handle a wedding every year.
I can. I would love it.
You are a true menace to society. Lock her up. Lock her up. But no, at 5, I told Kyle that I just want a new ring at 5, and that's it.
Yeah, that's appropriate. Yeah. A little upgrade.
I don't need anything else. I don't want to have another wedding. We did it. Check. Done. Don't need to do it again.
Yeah. I got to have it.
Cool. We're good. I'll be there. I will eat. I will not be on the floor, passed out.
Can you promise that?
Yes. Because I will be 30 what? I wasn't 30 yet at your wedding. So I was 28? 29?
Yeah. 20. Yeah. 28.
What year did you get married?
2021.
Okay. I don't remember when I turned 30. I had to be at least 28. I think 28.
You turned 30 in 2023. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody's doing mathematics.
Right? I don't know. It's a time warp. But yeah, so at that point, I will be 38. Bitch, I know I can't. I won't be able to drink like that. No food. Bitch, I'm not coming.
That's crazy.
And I didn't eat. So I'm not even gonna make it in the building.
That was crazy.
No, it will be completely different. I will eat and be ready to go. Shenanigans will ensue. Now, I will always be down for the shenanigans. But how much? We're gonna have to be fucking for real. Eat some food.
And if you want a special little treat, follow us on Instagram and watch our story. There might be a quick little clip of what we're referencing. So,
oh well, I'll be having a blast. Okay. Now one thing about it, I'll be having a fucking blast.
Honestly, I will say, like, I had a ball, but like you and Colin were cutting up. Y'all was acting a plumb fool at that wedding. And I was loving every minute of it. Okay. I love looking back at the footages and looking at y'all acting ass. I'm like, yo, is it my wedding or theirs? Because I don't know. Cutting up. Colin with the napkin wrapped around his head like Tupac. Y'all on the dance floor. He getting the microphone. Colin, how you get the mic? Yo,
that's what happens when the DJ is your friend. That's what happens because they're not gonna say no.
Exactly.
That's what happens when the DJ.
And you know what's crazy? We hired certain vendors for that reason because I wanted it to feel like a old school, like a party that we would go to, like back in our era. You know what I mean?
Cabaret.
Nobody could have DJ'd our wedding like Terrence did. So shout out to Terrence. So yeah. And nobody could have taken our pictures and captured the moment like Chewy. So shout out to Chewy. Like literally our friends and people that we came into the college years with were vendors at our wedding. And I love that for us because it was perfect. And yeah, y'all was acting a plum fool. And I love looking at them footages. And when Harper turned like 13, I'm
gonna send it to her.
Yeah, that Bob has you acting up. I'm talking stinky legging it, doing you everything. You named
insane.
The girl was bending over, busted open. Like the girl was all over the floor. There was one point where I don't understand how Colin turned you into a helicopter and was swinging you around.
That's what did it. Like it was at that moment is when I realized, like, this night is done. I should have been removed from the building at that moment. I should have been removed.
Yeah,
security should pick her up and get this bitch out of here.
But you know, I think what I will say is that we had a plethora of food. Okay, you not eating was because you were being a great matron of honor, maid of honor, whatever the title is. That's why you didn't eat.
They took my food.
But they took her food when I went to do an outfit change. However, we had a dessert bar, 12 different cakes, ice cream, cookies, brownies, this, and the third.
But you know, sweet food ain't gonna do. We ate the cake, like literally, let me set the scene. We're standing outside. It is nighttime at this point. It's dark. It's not hot. It's not cold. It actually did rain the night before, so it's a little humid. If you have been in Maryland, you know the humidity. Don't play no motherfucking games
at all.
It was humid as fuck. We are standing outside. I am holding said plate of cake, lemon cake to be exact, in my hand. In this other hand, I have a blunt in my hand. I am literally holding, here you go, Sierra. Pull for me, pass it, cake. Feeding her the cake.
Feeding me the cake.
I had one piece of cake. One bite, feeding her the cake. Oh, comes back, here. Okay, pass it back around, cake. Did I get any milk? No. It was just, I was doing my job.
And drinking on the job. And this is the thing, though. I will blame myself, and I will say we should have shut that bar down earlier. The bar got shut down at 12:30. We had the venue until 1. So we should have shut that bar down at 11:45. Because our friends
we don't know how to act.
And I love that for us, because the memories be memorying.
So we don't know how to act.
Yeah. Bar should have been shut down at 11:45, but it was shut down at 12:30. And please believe, when they said last call, niggas got 2 drinks, not just 1.
Booking it to the bar. Oh, this is it? Shot. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. So yeah.
I told you, in my mind, in my body, I'm like 6'5". So when I be drinking, once I'm having a blast, I be drinking as if I'm 6'5" and not 5'5". Bitch, no, you should not be drinking this much. Does that stop me? No. Do I know I'm about to die? Yes. But I never died like that.
No.
I haven't died like that since.
Yeah, no, not like that. You'll fall asleep, but you'll wake up, be like, go back to sleep. Yeah.
But that was some shit.
For the books and the archives.
I know. And then I went to my wedding and broke my leg. So clearly.
Yeah. We talked about that before.
Clearly, don't invite me to your wedding. Invite me. I'm going to have a time. Your open bar will not go to waste. But yes. So I wanted to talk about just like, I guess, marriage in its entirety, modern day marriage, because I feel like that's what we have. This is not a straight gender role. Like, we don't have those kind of things going on, even though I do believe in gender roles to an extent, but it's very, I feel like, a modernized marriage. Like, what do you feel like marriage is? Is it all about love? Is it about different? Like, what is it?
I think it's everything. I honestly feel like people might hate me when I say this, but you should never, ever, ever marry just for love. Do I love my husband? Yes. Am I madly in love with that man? Yes. Have I always loved him? Absolutely. But there were certain key things that he definitely showed me throughout our relationship as we were growing together that showed me that, yes, this is a man worth marrying. And a lot of people put it in the sense of like, is that woman worth marrying? Yeah, but when he get down on one knee, you don't always have to say yes. And I feel like my husband was a man worth marrying. He shown and proved that before he even got down on one knee. So, and it wasn't just about the love. Like, am I emotionally, physically, and mentally secure within this relationship? Do I feel like I'm being seen, heard, felt, all the things? Do I feel protected and provided for? Not just financially. Finances do matter too. But a well-rounded marriage encompasses all those things to me. And I'm not saying I have like the most perfect marriage. Like, we haven't been married that long. We're still growing and learning each other. But I would never tell my kids to marry because they love somebody, because I truly think you can love somebody and that does not mean you were equally yoked or meant to be with them.
True.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. And I also feel like marriage it's I feel like love is the smallest part.
Honestly, yeah.
For me, I feel like love is the smaller part because there's so many different components to it. I think when I think about marriage, I always think about like partnership. That is your partner.
Yeah.
That is not just like, because I could love anybody. Like, you could literally,
and you can stop loving people too.
You could love anybody. You could stop loving people and still be partners.
Yeah.
And those people that I don't want to know anymore about, the Smiths, the Pinkett Smiths, that's what they have.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's much craziness that we did more shit than we ever wanted to know about them. I think when they do speak and they speak on each other and their union, marriage, whatever they want to call it, that is their underlying thing, is that this is a partnership. Whether good, bad, ugly, indifferent, I am doing this with this person.
This is what I chose and this is what we doing. And I will say, listening to her book gave me a whole nother perspective on motherhood and marriage. Not gonna lie. Not gonna yai.
Maybe that's my
definitely
read.
I think you should. At some points it made me emotional because at that point when I listened to it, how old was Celine? She was just turned 1. And I was going through that period where it was like, am I being a good wife? Am I being a good mother? Am I losing myself? Who am I? I don't even know who I am right now. Like I do, but I don't. Like that period, hearing it from somebody in her situation, it's like you have all the money and finances and resources that you could ever need, and you're still going through this. Why? And like it just gave me a different perspective on her and on their marriage. So some of the things that she said, I was just like, I don't really agree with this, but like I get it.
Yeah. And I think that everything it's very subjective. It's not a textbook thing. It's not something that you can be like, oh, I'm going to emulate what they got going on, what they got going on. No, everything about marriages, when you marry somebody, is an individualized experience.
And not only that, your marriage isn't always going to look the same every year of your marriage.
It's going to change. And I feel like that's the overarching thing is like your spouse has their life happening at the exact same time as you. Everybody is living life and experiencing life and learning everything for the first time. Nobody has been here before and just like, oh, I just know, so just follow me. Everybody's doing their shit for the first time. And I think that a lot of times when people think about marriage, it's just like everybody thinks the exact same. Y'all do things the exact same way. And that's not true. Everybody is going through different experiences in their life, whether those be financial, whether those be emotional. You're just growing as a person. And growing pains are real. Growing pains together as a unit is real, and growing pains separately carries its own thing. But if y'all are in a partnership, it's kind of just realizing that, okay, we're doing this together. And in the times where we're not, realizing also that sometimes you're not a priority in your partner's life, or sometimes it's not your turn to be the priority in the partnership. Sometimes it's like, okay,
I gotta handle this right here. So I gotta handle this.
Exactly. So this is on one person. So the attention, the care, all of those things have to go onto one person. And I think what makes marriages successful is how you handle those times when, one, you have to realize that you may not be your spouse's top priority, like in the list of all the things that they got going on in their life. At some point, to think that I'm always should be number one, like I bump all of this shit, sometimes that's not realistic. Sometimes you have to be okay with, okay, I know that I got to be on the back burner right now. It's not to say that, okay, if some shit came up, that you putting another person above me, but sometimes you are a priority too. Your happiness, your career goals, your shit. Okay, this what you trying to do? Partnership wise, I just got to learn to take a step back and be like, okay, fine, I got to wait my turn.
And I feel like women, not always, but stereotypically, women end up losing themselves in their marriages and motherhood journey because we choose not to prioritize ourselves. And that's really when shit began fucked up, because that's a whole nother topic. We'll come back to that. But the point that I wanted to say a few minutes ago was, I feel like we were lucky in the sense that we had the chance to grow with our spouses. And that's why like a lot of different obstacles and things that we may go through in our marriage or in our grown adult relationship it's not a heavy for us, because we've already grown with these people. You've already shown and proved like what you are like when we really in the trenches. So I'm going to give you that grace. The next time the trenches roll around, I'm gonna give you that grace because I know your intentions and I know what you've shown and proved. Like, prime example, right? Our whole relationship, as far as Matt and I, we both were either in college, he was in college or law school, studying for the bar, all these things. We've never had a time period in our lives, and then having a kid. We never had a time period in our lives where we had nothing going on. Like we've always had hella stuff going on. But I feel like that helped us along the way, because the more years go by, the more pressure, the bigger the goals, the bigger this, the bigger that. And we learned how to work together as romantic partners, and just like, all right, what we got to do, I'm gonna hold you down in this way and you gonna hold me down in this way. And I'll say for me, we had that conversation like a couple of days ago, because I was telling him how like 2024 shown me that like how do I say this? As a woman, you want somebody who's going to protect, provide, and do all these things, right? And Matt has done that our whole relationship. But there was always a part of me that like held on to like that independent woman thing, right? And it wasn't until me resigning from my job was very difficult for me, in the sense of, quote unquote, controversial hot take, relinquishing that control. So yes, Matt has always been the person that like took care of us and did these things, but I was a contributor, right? So resigning from my job and not being a contributor in that way mentally did something to me. In a bad way at first. It really fucked me up. Like, no, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that to make sure I'm contributing to this household, right? Because financially I'm not contributing in that way. But then I stopped myself and I was like, all the things that you do supersede in this house, supersede that component of what you were contributing. Right. And I really had to sit down and talk to myself and talk to God and be like, yo, this man has shown and proved himself so many times in your relationship. Let him do what he said he was going to do. That's just really it. Let him do what he said he was going to do. Stop worrying about all these things that you don't need to worry about. Focus on yourself, your mental health, and where you want to go in your life, and your household will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that all goes with partnership.
Exactly. It's like when you operate things as a partnership, you push it in perspective and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's the purpose. Like everybody, partnership is not a 50-50 thing. Like that shit don't exist. 50-50 is not real. It does not fucking exist. I feel like at all times, there's always going to be one person that is giving more or that requires more than the other. And it's fine. It's really, 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 really okay. Shit is going to be okay. That's the shit that's supposed to happen. Yeah. And it really shows you, okay, I can rely on this person. I know when I only have 30% to give, that this person is going to consistently give their 70. Yeah. And understand that I only have 30 right now. Now when roles flip and shit, and they might need 90%. Okay, I have gone all this time with only giving 30 and taking 70. I can give 90.
But I also think you have to
be okay with that and be happy with that. Be willing to do that. It's not about, oh, I'm just like, fuck, this nigga needs me to do shit. For more. I'll do it, but I really don't want to do it. No.
But also giving your partner that space to be like, yeah, I need you to do this. I need you to step up, or I need you to relax. I need you having that safe space to communicate and have those hard conversations. Like for me, the hard conversations are definitely hard. I don't know why, but like one time I just asked my, like, what do you need me to do? Like, give me a list. What are a couple things that, yes, you could do it for yourself, but like, what is something I can help you with? You're a busy person. Like, you know what I mean? Just little things like that. And communication wise, leaving that space and that door open for the conversation is hard enough, because sometimes if you're anything like me, you be holding shit in and be like, oh, don't hold it in.
Don't fucking hold it in. Yeah, but I feel like even for like my marriage, like we've been together this year will be 10 years. Ooh, 2025 will be 10 years. So it's been a long 10 years, but not long in a sense of like, oh, this is draining me, I don't want to be here anymore. I will say it's been a lot of growing pains, and a lot of shit was shit that I had to personally do. And I think for years I was fighting all the shit that I actually needed to do. And I was like, okay, you have to get your shit together. So honestly,
how did you arrive there?
Really,
you sat on that lady couch?
I had to sit on that lady couch and figure out, okay, why do I feel this way about a lot of things? I can prioritize these things, but why can't I do other shit?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about this? What kind of wall is up? What kind of mental blockage is up? Like, what the fuck is it? What's going on?
Yeah.
And I realized like a lot of the bullshit was me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we met basically senior year of college. We started dating. We moved in together. Everything was in like rapid succession. We lived together. Yeah, graduated college in May. We started dating June 6th of 2015. From then, by January 6th, we moved into our first apartment. So we lived together. That was his whole thing in itself.
Hell yeah.
Very much put the cart before the horse.
Moving
It's
in
like
with a man.
It's like, yes, it was like looking back on it. Was I ready to move in with a man? No, because that brought its own challenges that I now had to figure out. Being financially tied to someone else, being financially dependent on someone else was very, 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 very difficult. And I think it was very hard for me to navigate because I didn't really have an example of how to do that.
And I feel
because
like for me, even before you continue, for me, it was difficult because it's like you live with somebody, and as a man, you have expectations for the man that you're with, but also for me, having that wall up to be like, yeah, we living together, but I'm not your wife. So it's like not depending on them for at a certain level, but also holding them to a certain standard is such a weird growing pain. So yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was just a lot, and not really feeling like I had any example of what the fuck am I supposed to do with this, because again, a lot of it was internal, and I wasn't emotionally mature enough to understand what my issue even was.
Right.
So I can't vocalize it. I can't tell you. You can't fix shit because I don't even fucking know. I don't know what I need. Craziness. And then from living together then we moved states. We moved states. So now we're really me, you. Like, that's it. Okay. Then we had a baby. Then we got engaged. It was just everything in rapid succession. And it was crazy. I just told him, I was like, at 25, we were teenage parents. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Nobody can convince me.
Overgrown teenagers.
Like, teenage parents still trying to figure shit out, and then add another level on top of it of now we're engaged. And it's like, honestly, if I look at it, I'm like, we were not prepared to be married at 25.
Right.
At that point in time, we were not married. I definitely feel like if we had rushed and just like, okay, let's just get married right then and there, because you know me, I move quickly. I'd be like, okay, we engaged, we can get married tomorrow. Like, let's get this shit done. Go to the courthouse, let's sign these paperwork, and go on about our business. But I really feel like at that point in time, it would have not ended well. I could very well see us being divorced if we had got married at that point in time, because I was not ready. I feel like part of me, I put pressure on him. I don't think it was like he did it like under duress or didn't see wifely qualities in me, but I think that it was just like, he always says like, I made a comment, and I was just, maybe we were playing a game or something or whatever. I made a comment about us not getting engaged or him never proposing or whatever. Now, I don't remember saying this. He says I did, so I said it.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not going to say like it didn't happen. He said it happened. It happened. I probably said it in jest, like making a sarcastic joke, and it probably went in, and I really wasn't thinking about what I was saying.
But it was something that stuck with him.
It stuck with him. So it was just like, okay, we ended up getting engaged, but it was like, okay, now what? Do we really have the makings of being married? Do we have all the components that we need to feel like, okay, this makes sense? We should do this right now. And I'm glad that we did not get married right away, because the following years, one, we had to figure out our shit as parents. I was going through a lot of shit. I hated my job. I was depressed as fuck for 2 fucking years. Like, I didn't know who I was. So you can't, how am I gonna be a partner with somebody and I don't know what the fuck, I don't even know what I have to offer. Yeah, I can cook, clean, I can put on a happy face, I can look presentable, I can look pretty, I can be a nice little trophy wife, great. But it'd be like, it's nothing behind those eyes, babe. I'm just here. And for years, that's what I felt like I was. I'm just here. Like,
Damn.
I don't have shit to offer. I have nothing to give. I would not be, at that point in time, I would not have been a good wife at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I'm thankful that he stuck through it with me and continued to just like push me. And also on his side, doing his own personal development and growth and really showing that, okay, I can relax. The other things that I need outside of love, he does provide them.
Mm-hmm.
And has been providing them, whether it was the way that I wanted it to look, like really kind of looking back on things, I'm like, oh, he was only doing what he knew how to do.
Mm-hmm. Or even what he thought you wanted him to do.
Doing what I wanted him to do, or doing what he knew how to do. Because when you don't have no examples, you just gotta throw shit at the wall and see what fucking sticks. So it's just like, now being an adult, I can look back on things like, oh, we just didn't have the appropriate fucking tools. We didn't have the tools. Now we got married at,
age is escaping us.
Baby, I don't know when anything happened. We got married in 2022. Yeah. Our daughter we got engaged in 2018. I could tell you the years that things happened. We got married June 30th, 2018, actually. I can tell you the dates of things, but I don't know how old I was. But yeah, we got engaged in 2018. We got married in 2022. That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
June 10th, 2022. I got it. So it's that 4-year gap was necessary. It was so fucking necessary. Like, I'm thankful that we had that time, because I was on the verge like, oh, I got to pack my shit and I'm getting the fuck away from this. I have to go. And part of it was just, yes, not being happy with where I was personally, but also being afraid of, what does this look like? And again,
fear for sure.
Yes, again, me putting the cart before the horse. Like, in my mind, it's already ending badly before the shit even started. And I'm like, why do I have this thing within me that I just feel like this shit's going to end badly? It's like, no. What has shown you that it's going to end badly? Nothing.
Right.
So it was for me to stop operating in a sense of fear, and also be honest and be fucking for real about, 1, what I was feeling, 2, what I needed, and also just like letting shit go. Like, that's not real. That's made up shit. It doesn't have to look like this in order for it to be right. It's like, no, it doesn't. That's not real. Stop comparing your shit to other people's. Like, no, like, comparison is literally the thief of joy.
For sure.
It is
overthinking, because that was my problem.
Is overthinking. Like, you just can't do that. So I'm thankful that he was there and willing to be understanding, because honestly, I feel like a lot of men would not have stayed. I feel like anybody else would have got the fuck up out of here. And that's why I feel like we're soulmates, because he be holding it down with this crazy ass, like, you have this crazy ass wife. Nobody really fucking knows how crazy I fucking knows how nuts I truly am. But
it's the acceptance for me.
You accept this crazy shit that I got going on? Awesome. You're a keeper. Stay right here. But it's like, now it's like I can do things differently. And also, I feel like him acknowledging the growth that I made was important. Yeah. Because the acknowledgement means a lot to me. It's just like, oh, you have changed. You do handle things a lot better. You handle conflict a lot better. And for me, it's just like, okay, am I doing it right? I feel like I'll be making progress, but really, it doesn't matter at the end of the day if the other person is like, okay, no, not good enough. Yeah, that's not really what I wanted. That's not what I was asking for. Well, I had to be open to figuring out my own shit. So therapy helped with that. Once I was finally not depressed anymore, and I could actually be a real human again, then it's like, okay, we can level ourselves back out. We can figure out a lot of things. I can really be honest and communicate a lot of things that I felt unnecessarily pressured about. And fuck it, I'll say it. Like, one of the things that I think I felt mentally pressured, probably by myself, about was having more children. I knew after the first one, I did not want any more kids. And prior to us having our first one, we always talked about having 3 kids and doing all this. And he wanted a big family. And I'm just like, I cannot give that. I can't. It's like, I physically could, But
what is it
no.
going to do to me?
What is it going to do to me? And I think that was the first time I feel like I really, really, really made a 100% selfish choice. That I'm like, I know that I have to be the mother. I am the carrier. I got to cook the baby, feed the baby, take the baby. I got to do all of these things. And granted, postpartum is not, it's not a guarantee. You could be perfectly fine, but I, from experience, know the deepest, darkest side.
Right.
And for me, I was just like, personally, I am not willing to put myself in that position again. Never. For nothing, for no fucking body. I will never do that shit again. And I had to really be honest with him, like, look, this is how I feel about this. Like, this is plaguing me. I feel so guilty. And he never ever came out and said, you want to have another baby? We should have another baby. Why don't you want to have another baby? It was never that. I put that pressure on myself because we feel like, okay, as women, this is what we're supposed to do.
Right.
And I was having a hard time in grappling with that because really I was going against who I naturally am. I am not a male or other person centered person. I'm not. I am a me centered person, and everything else is orbiting around me. And I feel like that because I feel like if you're a male centered person or the center of your being is other things and other people, when that shit is gone, because people, relationships, all these things are temporary. When that is gone, then what do you have? You got to replace that with something else. Whereas I'm the only constant thing that I have. Kids grow up, they go live their own lives. Marriages break up. So if it does, then what the fuck am I left with? Careers come and go. All of these things can easily be gone. You're the only person that's left. So you got to be centered around yourself to just stay on solid ground and keep my mental fucking sanity. So trying to have that of just like, oh, I should be doing more as a wife. Wives are supposed to have children for their husbands. And literally other women would tell this to me, like, you better give your husband another baby. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to. And I was fighting with that. And I felt so guilty and so like ashamed of myself. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. So in that 4 years from us being engaged to actually married, these are all of the things that I was having to figure out and just be like, okay, what kind of person do you want to be? Who are you? And then figure that part out first. Who is Teray? Who's Hunter? Who's Teresa? Figure out the things and then address now, who can I show up as a partner?
Yeah.
And I needed that time to figure that shit out. Now, I was not the only person. I I can't have 100%. No, give a little 2% over there to him. Like, he had
we're taking some of this accountability.
We were 25 years old. There was other things that he needed to do. And it was like, we needed that time for everybody to work on their shit separately. And now we can do things together. And now a lot of the fears and guilt that I had, I don't feel guilty anymore about having any kids because we have an understanding. He understands why I don't want to have any more kids. And we are good with that. So please, to the people that know us in real life, stop asking us. We don't want no more fucking kids. Okay. We ain't.
And mind your business.
Period.
Just mind your business.
Mind your fucking business.
Okay? This is so interesting because I feel like obviously we've been friends for a very long time. And I think I'm a very hands-on but hands-off friend, right? So like even when you were going through that, it's like, if you don't throw me a bone, I'm not going to insert myself. So it's just interesting thinking about different things that I thought or how I felt at that time period and hearing you actually break it down in the sense of like what was actually going on in that head of yours. So yeah, I do agree. I feel like for me, on paper, we did everything right. Like we dated, we fell in love, we lived together, we got married, then we had a kid and blah, blah, blah. And we are very like goal oriented together and separately. But I feel like emotionally, I was not ready to be married because there were a lot of things. Let me sit up. I don't know if I ever even talked about this before, but here we are.
Accountability pod.
Whoa, oh, accountability. Whoa, I'm afraid right now. So emotionally, I don't think I was ready to be married because there was always something in me side-eyeing him, unfortunately. Like he's never given me a reason to not trust what he said, But because of my childhood daddy issues, childhood trauma, I'm always waiting for the shoe to drop, because there's no way this man is exactly who he said he is. And that fucks you up mentally in so many ways. And it took for us to like be engaged and like actually be getting married, and I had to be like, whoa, I'm supposed to put my trust in this nigga, stupid hoe. How you figure?
Hello? In the playbook. It ain't there.
This is everything that I told myself not to do. I literally told myself in my teens and in my 20s, don't ever trust a man 100%. Don't ever relinquish that power. Don't ever give that emotional hold over to them. Why? Because in my childhood, I was taught that the man that was supposed to show up for you and supposed to be reliable wouldn't. So why would I think that this man that say he in love with me is going to hold true? That shit is a mind fuck. And I really had to sit myself down and be like, you're really about to lose out on a good thing, because you can't just let your trauma go. And even to this day, it's still hard, like, to really be like, girl, you being a little crazy, calm it down. And I think we did premarital counseling and everything like that, and had a lot of tough conversations in the sense of like, we've always been very close and been friends. So we have a lot of different conversations that most people might not have with their boyfriend or whatever, right? But because we grew up differently, there are a lot of things that are ingrained in your mental that you don't think about until they pop up. And a lot of the ways that I think, or my lack of wanting to be dependent on a person, let alone a man, Matt could not understand. Like, he gets it, but he's like, why are you like this? Like, why are you like this? Yeah. So I really had to sit down and like look at myself in the mirror and be like, why are you like this? You act like you so healed and you good, but are you really? And until I really like put a label on what my issues were, I think all of the negative traits that I have boil down to my daddy issues. That's just what it is. My lack of vulnerability, down to my daddy issues. Not trusting people, daddy issues. Like, that's what it is. And until I like, one, acknowledged it, because for a long time I walked around like, I don't give a damn. So what? He wasn't in my life. I'm fine. Like, until I acknowledged it, accepted it, and then tried to work on it, child, emotionally, I was fucked. Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like that'd be the thing, that your partner could see a lot of shit in you that you can't see. Yeah. That you just can't see it at all. And I'm just like, because everybody knows you. You be like, what's wrong? Nothing. But all those nothings, and I'm like, I'm dying something on the inside.
Literally very much melting. Something. I'm melting.
Like, it's wreaking like World War III in my mind. Okay,
literally,
it's going to hell.
Quickly. In a handbasket.
Gasoline draws straight to hell. Let's
do not pass go.
Struggling over here. And I think that speaks to, like, when you look at and you're evaluating how you feel about someone, if you feel like somebody is marriage potential. I don't think, if you've never had no like real life situation happen, you can't even consider that I could be married to this person. Yeah. Because really, it be like, when the shit really fucking hit the fan is where it all is like, it boils down to. It's like, everything's great when it's all fine. It's like, yeah, it's good. We're fine. We have money, and the bills are paid. Now all these things are going on. It's like, everything is going right.
But how you gonna act when you open that door and I'm sitting on the floor crying my ass out? How you gonna act?
Like, yeah, it's like, now what? What's gonna happen? Even just like basic life things. What happens when one person loses their job? How you gonna act? Yeah. What are you going to do? How are you going to act? How you going to act? Like I said, how you going to act when that person can't prioritize you? When it's like, oh, I can't drop everything to do what I have going on. I'm in more pressing need than what it is that you got. How are you going to show up? How are you going to react when that person's happiness is really not your top priority? What you gonna do? And you have to have a person who, one, is willing to continuously show you. And I feel like if it's how a person really is, it's never going to switch up. Right. Like, if a person really fucks with you, a person really supports you, a person really wants to see you win, that's always going to be who they are from beginning to end, through and through.
Yeah, it's never going to might be at their own detriment.
Yes, at their own detriment. And even in situations where it's like, if y'all decide to separate, that's the person's the way that they feel about you won't change.
Mm-hmm.
I still want the best for you. We can't be together, but I still want the best for you.
Yeah.
I still support you. You still care deeply about that person, and you just want to see them succeed
Mm-hmm.
in every aspect. But the shit be hard just getting to that point to be like, oh, I do see all the times that you held shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I agree with it or not at the time, there it is.
And even with that, moving into present day, I definitely want to be more intentional and be better at like, not necessarily thanking my husband, but like reassuring him, like, I see you, nigga. I see you doing your big one. I see you doing your shit. Thank you for being a good husband. Thank you for being a good father. I see what you did there. You picked up them shoes by that door. Thank you. So like sometimes for me, it's hard to like relinquish that like, ooh, fuzzy, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like good job. So what? But I will send you a meme on Instagram DMs and be like, oh yeah, if your husband did this, did that, let him know he a good man. I'll send that DM to you, babe.
Where is toxic femininity? Got to have it.
We could be on the couch. I literally just did it the other night. We both sitting on the couch, rolling on the phone. He looked at me, he's like, thanks, babe, love you. I say, yeah.
There you go. And let me continue to go about my business. Like, don't make this shit a big fucking deal. I'm gonna
don't make it weird. Don't make it weird.
Like, chill out. Don't make me snatch a compliment back. Calm down.
Listen, I'm a work in progress.
Everybody is a work in progress. And it's just like, as long as you continue to work, I feel like things will continue to progress and get exponentially better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So to all the people out there who are engaged, newly married, shit, we still newly married.
Yeah, I said we still newly married, but we just been with them for so long. Like
yeah.
It's going on 12 years for me. Shit.
Woo.
Made it over a decade.
Hey. But yeah, it's like you really have to, everything is a lot of fucking work. It is not easy.
And we're no experts. We are just in a place in life where we're finally comfortable to speak and share our experience. And that's just what it is.
And I feel like that's really just kind of what a lot of it is about, is you kind of need other examples.
Mm-hmm.
Because your parents' marriage, your grandparents' marriage, like those things are completely different times, different strokes, different folks. But the times are different.
Very. The circumstances are different. The parents were teenage parents. Like my parents were teenage parents, and Matt's parents were immigrants in this country trying to make it. Yeah, very similar struggles, but just different. It looked different.
Yeah, it's different. So how you show up, even what like Celine has to look at, it's going to be different. Yeah. So it's like, you can't look at this as your example because it doesn't apply. It really does not apply to you because your situation is different. Other people, sometimes I feel like now it's different because a lot of people have like, oh, I'm not getting married. I don't even want to do that. So for those that actually do want to get married, it's like, okay, where are the examples of young, I guess, millennial married people? Where the fuck are y'all at?
And what are your thoughts? What
are you doing? How are you surviving? What is it? There is no like secret recipe. The Krusty Krab recipe does not exist
at all.
I'm sorry, I cannot give you the Krabby Patty formula. I don't got it.
There is no formula.
But what I can give you is a little bit of experience. And some things, patience, vulnerability, communication, honesty, therapy, heavy on that one, personal therapy. If y'all feel like y'all need to have couples therapy, whatever it is.
Honestly, in the willingness to work. Yes. You literally have to wake up every day. Yes, choose yourself, but wake up every day and choose your marriage. Because some days you're going to wake up and be like, yo, I don't even want you to talk to me. You and that kid. Just everybody.
Get out.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. And I think lastly, just being in tune with yourself.
Yeah. In tune with yourself. Getting to know yourself will definitely help you in all of your relationships, even friendships.
Yeah. It's like, and yeah. Really, because when you get to the point in life where you know exactly who the fuck you are, you'll realize
that who you are.
Yes, you accept who you are. You realize, okay, the things that you need to improve on, and you go and improve on them. And then you're like, okay, I like the improvements that I made. I'm good here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize that your capabilities with another person, you can actually do it. You're actually capable of doing it. You just got to do it.
Ain't nothing but to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Yeah, it didn't come out like that.
It gave Stevie J a little bit.
Okay, Stevie. But yes, I love being married.
Me too. It's so fun.
I love being married. It is actually, I really do.
What is your favorite minuscule thing that you love about being married?
I feel like we just do everything together. Or what I wouldn't even say it's necessarily being married, but he be talking to me about sports. He just come and be like, such and such. I'm like, well, who the fuck is that? Who is that man? I was like, I don't know that man.
I don't know.
Who is he? And what team he play for? He just say the name as if I'm like, oh, you're that comfortable with me. You just said John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith and was like,
and you really think I know
who the fuck is? But it's just okay, clearly you enjoy having these conversations. We have a lot of sports conversations. I don't know anything about the actual sport, but I think we talk more about the business side of sports. Mm-hmm. Now that we be having some conversations.
Yeah.
So just doing that, we spend a lot of time together, and it's not oh, this nigga wants to come with me to the store.
Right. I'd be like, you
trying to get away from
you want to drive me? My
favorite thing. We have errands to run. Yeah. Meaning I have errands to run and I need you to drive wherever we're going.
My favorite thing.
Okay. What time we leaving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He gonna be on that phone watching sports though on Hulu Live.
Oh yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But as long as you're driving, I'm riding.
The game is at such and such time. Okay. I can drive back home.
But yeah, we can be back home by time you need to watch your little thing. I'll try to be back home by then. We have literally sat at Valentine's Day dinner, phone propped up on a nice steakhouse restaurant table, watching the fucking All-Star game. Just in our own fucking world. Waiter comes over. Oh yeah, we'll take the dessert menu. And literally just sitting there, truly iPad children. Just yeah, that doesn't bother me.
That shit don't bother me not one fucking bit.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I would say I love watching dating and reality shows with Matt because he be so in it. Love Island, Ready to Love, everything. He be so in it. And we have really deep intellectual conversations about our marriage, relationships, other people's marriages, other people's relationships, just shit that we see, really deep conversations. We be having to pause the shows and talk.
Yes.
And I love that. And right now he has me on this deep dive of Country Wayne skits. And he put me onto this because literally since Park Crescent days, Matt has been talking about wanting to go to a Country Wayne comedy show, right? Country Wayne, he's funny, but I never was into him. But Matt, that's his dog. So he was like, yo, you be watching Country Wayne skits on Facebook? No, I don't. And over the winter break, he put me on. And now I am glued. I'm like, yo, you caught up on the skits? And he'd be like, yeah. And then we talk about the skits. And he'd be like, wait, did you see this part? Rewind it back. And it's literally watching the stories. How our grandmoms and moms used to watch Young and the Restless. That's literally what these skits are like.
Yeah. That sounds like us with Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah, Matt, he don't really... You really got to capture his attention for him to really listen to a pod. It might take him a day or two to even, yeah. If it's not sports and it's not what I just described, a dating show or something to talk about, Kevin Samuels, oh baby, we used to be in deep, dark Kevin Samuels rabbit hole. Love those days. May he rest in peace.
But yeah, we definitely, we do that show all the time, especially on the drives back to driving back to Maryland. A 2.5 hour episode is definitely going to carry us about 3-4 hours in the car.
Because we got to talk about this shit.
Because we got to stop, pause. What do you think? Bitch, we've been talking for 40 minutes. All right, play it back again. And then just going. I think it's just we have, it seems like very casual conversation, but it definitely kind of tells you how that other person's wheels are turning. And it's okay, yes. I can see, you can just, even when you're talking, you can see how the elevation of, in development of your person. It's oh, if I asked you this question 10 years ago, you would have gave me a very different answer than you gave me today.
Mm-hmm. And I
So it's
feel
like, oh,
like,
you can see how things have changed and progressed. And it's like, oh, okay. Yes,
mm-hmm,
that's a very adult response.
mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
so
don't know is not a good enough answer for me. If we're discussing a scenario, I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
need you to
It's
figure it out.
not, yeah. I need to know what you
No,
think,
right
how
now.
you feel. Right off the bat, you might not have a thought or an opinion, but by the end of this conversation, I'm gonna know what you're thinking and how you feel.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go first. And then
Mm-hmm.
you could think about it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you what I think
Yeah.
right now. And then it's like, oh, okay. You learn those things and it's like, oh, how refreshing. I like this. Because I
Yeah.
feel like I learn something different all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Love that.
Woo.
Ooh,
Another
that
good
was
one.
deep for Hunter
Another
and
good one for
Claire.
50. Yes. Hunter and Claire. Best duo ever.
And
Maybe in our former lives when we were married,
those are
my name was actually Hunter. Hunter and Claire.
because Hunter is a masculine name, and those are
Hello.
definitely classic names.
This is who we were. Hunter and Claire.
Wow, the adventures of Hunter and Claire.
Hunter and Claire. When we go out, that's what it should be. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Now we got to turn this into a new series for
a
y'all.
series.
The adventures.
Yeah,
Pure fuckery, top to bottom. Pure
love
fuckery.
that. Love that.
But yes, until the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.